We come to you from Rhode Island College tonight, where it's the Division III Rhode Island Interscholastic League Boys Soccer Championship between the Wizards of West Warwick at 13-1-1, the number one seed in the tournament. 15-1-1 overall against the Prout School Crusaders. They finished this year 10-2-3, 12-2-3 with their two playoff wins. My name is John Versteeg. Our entire Rhode Island Interscholastic League Network crew is with you here today as the off the start, Brian McCormick, the keeper for Prout, knocked it away. And so now the kick towards midfield. Headed forward. And sent out. Joshua Moniz. Muscled tightly for the ball, and Pontarelli and D'Ambrosia, the midfielder for West Warwick. Knocked off. Kicked in by McCormick. Up towards midfield where it goes to Andrew Mace. Mace. And Koval. Koval fought off the ball. Logan Bradley right in the middle of it alongside Zach Pontarelli. And so now all right. And so here at Rhode Island College in Providence here today, Division III Boys Soccer Championship. John Versteeg with you, our entire Rhode Island Interscholastic League Network crew. Prout and West Warwick. And West Warwick 13-1-1 overall, 15-1-1 with the two wins here in the Division III state tournament. For Prout, 12-2-3, number 3 seed overall. And West Warwick, a 3-2 win over Cranston East. 3-2 win over Cranston East in the semifinals to get here. Prout, a 2-1 win over Situate. So West Warwick now trying to fight for it. There's Jordan Fonseca, the captain. Kicks it towards midfield where it's headed back in. Now regrouping is Covell, one of 4 freshmen on this team. Jared Covell. Andrew Mates trying to set up the offense for the Crusaders. Headed forward, Caleb Hoyle. Trying to get it out of the 18. And the pressure kept down by Covell. So the number 1 seed West Warwick, 3 seed Prout, and headed back into the stands. Now Warwick with Alan Ortiz. Ortiz loses it. And kicked back in by Moniz. Moniz, the captain, first team all division. Joshua Moniz, Andrew Mace, and Brian McCormick, the three captains for this Prout school. Now a little move for Cameron Price. Price loses it. Moniz up with it. Now Covell. Bruce sends it in. And over the end line and wide. Thatcher not able to chase up to it. Scoreless, 6 minutes in. Here on the Rhode Island Interscholastic League Network. NFHS Network. Great to have you with us here on this Saturday evening game. Went to the shootout in Division II. Now up the field, it's Soto. Here's Kevin Brew. Brew tries to make a move and loses it. Now he gets it back. Great footwork. Not able to get past the midfielders. The Wizards trying to get it through midfield. And Logan Bradley who sends it back in. Andrew Mace, the captain, towards the middle of the field. The Wizards kick it back out. Edson Alvarez, one of the captains, on the clear. And here comes Alan Ortiz into the Prout end. Ortiz deflected. Moving it forward, trying to Pizotto. And Ortiz will now throw it in. And so, it's headed forward by Pizotto on the throw-in. And Logan Bradley plays both ways, midfield, forward. Senior for the Crusaders. Kept back in by Austin Palantino. Now sent out by Bradley. Strong kick from Bradley. To the midfield line for West Warwick. There's Palantonio. And he loses it, and it's going back to the Wizards. Palantonio, a little gingerly, as he walks to the middle of the field. So here comes a free kick. Free kick for Alvarez. Alvarez places it perfectly, middle of the field where it's headed back. The Wizards try to regroup. A little pressure. There's D'Ambrosia. And D'Ambrosia loses the ball. And so now a big free kick for West Warwick. Here's Alan Ortiz. Ortiz shoots it over the wall, and it's headed up. Bicycle kick right on net, and a great save by Brian McCormick. Here's Ortiz who sends it forward. Covell not able to save it, and it goes out. And so now for Prout. Scramble near the middle of the field. Scoreless. A little over 10 minutes into this one in the first half. Mace tries to send it over midfield. Ortiz up the field, 1-on-2, and just over the reach of Pixoto, the striker, 18 goals and 5 assists. Kept back in by the Wizards. Nice footwork by Ortiz. Ortiz from the corner shoots it in where it's cleared out rather quickly. Derek Rubin, the junior defender, on the clear there. So here's West Warwick, 13-1-1. In the regular season in Division 3. Now a little breathing room for Prout as Liam O'Donnell tries to clear it forward. Shot on Neto and hit the crossbar from the far corner. Not able to save it. The Wizards. Great kick from Dean Brown from that right corner. So here comes Prout on the attack. It's Andrew Mace. Mace inside the 18. There's Mace with 2 defenders on him. And has it muscled out. How about the job by Andrew Mace? First team All-Division, 9 goals, 10 assists. From the corner for Prout, it's Nathan Chauffet, one of these 4 freshmen. Chauffet, along with Jake Covell, 2 starters. So here's the corner kick. Chauffet trying to hit it forward, and it's on net. Andrew Mace put it on net with a nice save by Richard McNeil, the goalkeeper. He's now got 126 saves on the season. High arching kick on the clear. Out towards midfield. There's Pizzoto. Far side for Brown, and Brown kind of whiffed on the pass. And the Crusaders on the clear. Got back in. And tried to be corralled in by O'Donnell. There's Ortiz on the near side. And punched wide by Jared Covell. Alan Ortiz, 4 goals, 12 assists on the throw-in. Headed forward by Pizzoto. And cleared wide by Moniz. West Warwick. Really controlling this one. First 15 minutes or so into the first half. Nice clear. As West Warwick chasing, Edson Alvarez turned and bombed it towards midfield. Sent forward by Logan Bradley. There's Covell who loses it. And set just wide by Andrew Mace. Scoreless. 15 minutes in. 2 40-minute halves. And here's Nathan Chauffet on the quarter. Chauffet, a good one, just missing the header attempt. And now the Wizards clear it out towards midfield. How solid have the corner kicks been for Nathan Chauffet? He's given Prout an opportunity on both corner kicks. Great footwork once again shown by Ortiz, who loses it just inside midfield. Here's McCann. One-on-one fight for the ball. McCann gets it back towards the defenders. And hard to the ground goes Chauffet. So the Wizards with the clear. Headed back in by Jared Covell. And back and forth. Now Covell gets it up the field. Little breathing room for Andrew Mace as he stops and surveys. Now Mace as cleared by Austin Paolantonio. McCann with some separation towards the middle of the field and headed away. And out pops the keeper, Richard McNeil, who comes up with it. Some great action here in the first 20 minutes of this first half. John Versteeg, Tara Haywood, and Keith Massimino, our entire NFHS Network crew with you here today. Rhode Island College at the Division III Boys Soccer Championship. We'll have Division III Girls Soccer for you tomorrow. And the 1 and 3 seeds here in Division III going at it. West Warwick at 15-1-1 overall. 13-1-1 regular season record. Took home the number 1 overall seed. And for Prout, 10-2-3 in the regular season. Got 2 wins in the playoffs to get here to Rick. And at Rhode Island College, these two going at it for the Division III title. On a chilly fall early evening, shot on net by Logan Bradley. And a one-hop save by McNeil. So it is McNeil who clears it past midfield. Mace now coming up with it. Here is Covell. Nice centering feed just over the foot of Liam O'Donnell. And boy, O'Donnell, the midfielder, he couldn't corral that in. One hopped over his foot and sent wide. So interesting in that they've got Kyle McCann. With a side kick. So McCann now centers it towards the middle. And nothing they could do there. Richard McNeil on the clear. So here's Mace now for Prout. West Warwick on the move. Knocked down hard Ortiz. Play continues. Covell battling with Ortiz. And Ortiz, at the very least, earns himself the throw-in. Solid individual battle between two of the better players. Ortiz and Covell, West Warwick and Prout respectively. So here is Palantonio, loses it. Up the field, Mace trying to find Liam O'Donnell, and it's kicked back out. Nice clear by Abraham Nicolo, senior defender, one of the captains on this Wizards team. We're under 20 minutes to go. First half here at Rick today. Sent wide by Chauffet. Dolgate beat Lincoln 4-3 in a shootout in Division II. They were scoreless into the second overtime, or all throughout overtime. And this one kind of taking the same page out of the Division II championship. So for the Crusaders, throw it back in. Now Ortiz retreats back, and Caleb Hoyle. And up the field for Nicolo. And just tripped up. It was Pizzotto. And looks like we may see a card here. Moniz, the captain, right in the middle of it. Here comes a free kick. And Ortiz set to take it for West Warwick. Ortiz centering it over the wall and headed forward by Rubin. Nicolo tries to keep it in and does so. Once again hitting the wall, the defenders. Moniz sends it out. And now into the corner. Good first half of action here. So it's Ortiz running to go with another corner kick for the Wizards. Bombs it forward, headed just wide of the cage. It was Abraham Nicolo right in the middle there. Or beg your pardon, Ortiz. So there's Brian McCormick on the clear for Prout. Chauffet kept in by Logan Bradley. Here comes Warwick. Peixoto up to Ortiz. And a hand touch there by Moniz. So now Warwick with another free kick here. West Warwick, number 1 seed, got the first round bye. 6-1 win over Ponegantza in the quarters. As mentioned, a 3-2 victory over Cranston East in the semis. Ortiz, great ball, headed forward and headed wide. Tough angle. But Soto, the striker, tried to put it on net, went wide. Remains scoreless. Just under 15 minutes left in this first half. There's Mace. Turning, clearing. Fonseca. Kept in middle of the field. Chauffet. Here's Chauffet. Sends it wide. You give McNeil, the keeper, credit. He was drifting back, guarding against a high shot. Didn't want that one to loft in. It went wide to his credit. Soto tried to clear it. Price not able to break free. The turn and clear for Fonseca. Prout and West Warwick here. Our Division III final. Now Rubin tried to get it back. O'Donnell keeps it in. Bradley not able to control it. Headed forward by Brown. So Chauffet who dumps it on net. And McNeil surveys before he booms it towards midfield. Here come the Wizards now. Lucky break for Ortiz. Ortiz with a solid move and wasn't able to finish it. You give Jared Covell, the freshman, credit. He recognized the move and cleared it immediately. Big reason why he's starting as a freshman here. Sent wide once again by Moniz. How solid has he been? Defensive captain, first team All-Division, as mentioned. Ortiz set to throw in with just under 12 minutes to go. First half here at Rick today. And goes over everyone and into the hands of McCormick. McCormick, 4-year starter. First team All-Division the last 2 years. He's a 3-year or a 3-sport letterman for Prout. Also plays soccer, or plays basketball and lacrosse in addition to soccer. Back and forth they go. Ortiz. Now he sends it back in, but Soto. 3-on-1. Crusaders with the advantage. Nowhere for the striker to go for the Wizards. McCormick set to clear. Batted forward. Now it's McNeil with his own clear. One hop bounce over the head of Jake Covell. Jake and Jared Covell. Part of those 4 freshmen for Prout. Under 10 minutes to go now. There's Chauffet from the corner. Right on net and pulled down. Here's Grenier. Turning and saving it, Pontarelli. Partially deflected as they tried to put it on net for the Wizards. Ortiz. Ready to go from the corner from West Warwick. Towards the net. And it goes wide. Boy, dangerous try by Logan Bradley to try and head it forward. And his head angled towards the net. Now a corner from the near side to our left. Left corner of your screen if you're watching at home. Headed up in the air and out. Cameron Price, who took that corner kick for the Wizards. McCormick up towards midfield. Soto, as McCormick goes out to meet it. A little bit of a gamble, but he was right on the ball. Beat the Wizards coming up to try and meet the ball before him. There's West Warwick trying to regroup. Ortiz. Great pass, a bullet pass off the foot of Price. Now Prout towards midfield trying to set up the offense. Boomed in by McCann. It's Brew. McCann tried to give chase. Dean Brown set to meet him, or to looking to get there before him, and he knocks it wide. Throw back in for Prout. Jared Covell muscled off the ball. Here's Matt Grenier. It's Alvarez up towards midfield. Price to the far side. Here comes Prout. Chauffet to the near side and McCann. McCann loses it. Now here the Prout offense is on the move. Mace controlling. Mace, a little miscommunication, thought he was going to pass it, lost the ball. And now the Crusaders Ready to throw in from the far side with just over 5 minutes left, half number one. Chauffet dumps it over the net and wide. Boy, he has been lethal from those corner kicks. And we remain scoreless. There's Rubin. McCann. Moniz defends it nicely. It's deflected, so Moniz now with an opportunity to clear it out of the Prout ends. Here comes McCann on the near side. Towards the net. And a nice easy save for Grenier popped out. Headed forward by Mace. Now Ortiz. Ortiz dumps it in. Nice footwork. Trying to fight for some separation. Wizards kind of seem stuck in that neutral zone trap, so to speak. Gregory D'Ambrosia right in the middle of it. Captain for the Wizards. Prout clears it out of midfield. Quickly cycled back in. Sent out by Ortiz. Keeps it back off the deflection. 2.5 minutes to go. Yeah, reinforcements out in the field for the Wizards. Ortiz satisfied, he throws it in. Sent by Chauffet wide. Here's Fonseca. Dumps it back in towards the midfield area. Chauffet shoots it back towards the cage. And once again, Grenier pops out. Clock is stopped. Placed on the scoreboard at 2 minutes, kept by the official on the field. Final 2 minutes of the half. Now for Prout, here's McCann. Dumped forward by Ortiz. Covell. Now Mace with it. Back to Covell. They collapse around him. Mace free. Here's Brew. Brew muscled off the ball. Great defense by West Warwick. And the pressure off the Wizards as they get it back out towards midfield. Once again, another opportunity for the Crusaders. There's Covell. Antonio. Open look here for Price. Towards the cage. Price and a great save by McCormick. McCormick had to pop to his left to deflect it wide. Spirited play in the final minutes of this first half. As you can hear, the crowd energized here at Rhode Island College for the Division III semifinal, or Division III final rather, headed up and wide of the cage. And that is how the first half comes to an end. We are scoreless through 40 minutes between Prout and West Warwick. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back for the second half call of the Division III final after this on the NFHS Network. And we return here to Rhode Island College for the start of the second half of the Division III Boys Soccer Championship. John Versteeg, Tara Haywood, and Keith Massimino, the entire NFHS Network crew with you. As Prout and West Warwick scoreless. Back and forth first half of action. And here at the start of the second half, you get the feeling it's one of these games where the first goal may be enough to give a victory here today. On the cool New England nights here in November. West Warwick set to get the ball to start the second half. They move from right to left. Here in half number 2, it's Ortiz. Nice clear for O'Donnell.
I'm used to my little light ones. Other ones are light cut.
Now here come the Wizards. Ortiz. To the far side. Ortiz tries to save it before it goes out. Boy, what a big save by McCormick towards the end of the first half. On a shot by Cameron Price.
Now you cut me off. Now you want your sheet back. All right, where one?
Here's Fonseca throwing it. Chauffet tries to get to it. It's Pashota. Kept in by Kevin Baru. So 2 minutes in. Here in the second half, these two schools battling again to a standstill. Nice move for Covell as he shoots it wide over the cage. Jake Covell, a little misdirection there. First team All-Division. Part of the 4 freshmen that combined for 11 goals and 11 assists over the course of this season. Now here is Ortiz. Set to kick it in. Ortiz towards the middle of the field. Now he tries to save it before it's kicked wide. Cleared by Andrew Mace. Able to head it forward. Nicolo. Now Chauffet dumps it back in. And Fonseca up towards midfield where play stopped. It was Cameron Price almost took a foot to the face. Price gives it up as now it's Chauffet to clear it in towards the middle of the field. Dumped on net. And Matt Grenier comes up with a save. Here's Fonseca up to the middle of the field. Solid move for Dean Brown before he loses it. Kept in by Chauffet. Up the field for Mace. Mace, a little stutter step. Austin Palantonio guarding him nicely. Right up the field, a good kick for Covell. From the corner, it's headed wide, headed out. Good job by Abraham Nicola. Now a quarter kick for the Crusaders here. Scoreless Division III final. John Versteeg, our entire NFHS Network crew with you here from Rick today. Now corner kick, and it's sent on net. A nice save by Grenier. Headed forward, it looked like, by Logan Bradley. There's McCann. Mace. And now the Wizards try and clear it. Into the Prout end. Ortiz. Cleared back towards midfield. Here come the Wizards one more time. Ortiz one touch, kind of whiffed on the pass. Here comes Mace, who loses it. Taken back by Dean Brown. And Brown had it deflected, and Brown will keep it in on the throw-in. He'll yield that duty to Alan Ortiz. Here's Cameron Price. Prout turning and clearing. Fonseca dumps it back in. Here's Cameron Price in the corner, and Price sends it out. Approaching the 33-minute mark here in the second half. Brian McCormick ready to clear. Having trouble. Finally clearing Abraham Nicolau, senior defender. So Prout ready to go on the throw-in. It's Pontarelli. Beg your pardon, Ortiz. And just passed. The lead Wizard in Christopher Peixoto. So Peixoto's tried to get himself into the mix here. The touches have been few and far between. Ortiz near the end line. Trying to muscle him out in the corner. And now Prout comes up with it. Joshua Moniz. Ready to throw in here. Here's Moniz. Now West Warwick ready to come up with it. Big opportunity here for the Wizards. Ortiz's throw-in headed forward. Moniz sends it up the field. A little separation for the Crusaders. Staying with it is Mitchell Raymond for Prout. Raymond needs a little help. Now the Wizards send it back towards midfield. It's Price. Fonseca chases it down on the near side. And the pass intercepted. Upfield Covell. 1-on-6, nowhere for him to go. So here's Mace. Tries to dump it up the field. Sent forward by Logan Bradley. Trickling in towards the middle of the cage, but cleared back out. Ashoto muscled off the ball. Still scoreless, Prout and West Warwick here. Chauvet tried to send it wide. Now for the Wizards. Up towards the middle of the field where it's dumped in. Antonio's pass sent back the other way for the Crusaders. Just over 10 minutes into this second half. Play continues on the far side. Here's Ortiz around the defender. Ortiz tripped up. And cleared wide. Play continues, no call. So for West Warwick on the throw-in. Not able to move past that midfield line. Right in front of the cage. West Warwick back up with it for round two. Dumped towards the cage. McCormick intercepts. And pulls it down for the save. Here's Covell for Prout. Now Rubin. Back and forth they go. Bradley. Bradley dumps it in along the far side. Nothing Hoyle could do but turn and clear it. Ready to go on the throw in is Thatcher. Here comes West Warwick with the ball. Ortiz not able to break free. And the ball stays with the Wizards. There's Ortiz, not able to break free. Coming up with it is Brown. Offsides go with the Wizards. McCormick with the clear. Sent forward by Fonseca. Now Ortiz dancing around. Gets some help from his defender, Caleb Hoyle. Nice clear into the Prout end. Chasing it down along the near side, Palantonio. Separation. Oh, and not able to get through the defensive line. Solid clear by Zach Pontarelli. Thrown back in by Fonseca. Now the ball back to Prout. Moniz with a throw in. headed back in by Ortiz. And Antonio up towards midfield. Nice move here by Andrew Mace as he dumps it in towards the net. Deflected wide. Kept in on the near side. Dumped on net. Another save once again for Grenier. Solid action. The most Grenier's seen in quite a while. And it remains scoreless. Just inside 25 minutes left in regulation in this Division III final here in Rhode Island. Nifty footwork for Cameron Price. Overran it, did Brown on the near side. Now Dean Brown back as he dumps it on the cage and on the top of the cage where it falls. Dangerous, dangerous shot on net. You saw McCormick drift back and drift back. So McCormick ready to go with the clear. Ortiz keeps it back in. There is Price with the 1-on-2. Price trapped in the corner. Price a little break free. It's deflected and sent wide. It went off one of the Prout defenders. And just over the foot of the nearest striker. Christopher Peixoto was right there. Headed back in. West Warwick, a little life here. Been kind of a back and forth game in terms of the scoring opportunities, and the pendulum has swung back in favor of West Warwick. There's Palantonio up with it. And his pass intercepted by Moniz. Forcing the Wizards to regroup. Sent in by Nicolau. Here's Brown on the near side surveying. Into the corner for Ortiz. Ortiz with a lefty kick. Headed up by Peixoto, headed back. Kept in by Price and finally cleared, at least towards midfield by Chauffet. This time Rubin with a solid clear. And with just over 22 minutes remaining, it's scoreless, but West Warwick with another opportunity here. Tried to head it forward. Goes into the wall of Crusader defenders. Brown. And the clear by Pontarelli. Back into the West Warwick end where the Wizards retreat. Need forward by Nicolau. So here's Chauffet. Headed forward once again by the Crusaders, and this time it's Jake Covell. Headed it and tried to clear it out towards midfield. Brown not able to find anything. Prout School a little tentative here, and now finally they get some separation. Here's Andrew Mace on the move. Mace had it knocked away by Abraham Nicolau. Nicolau, the man that gives chase before it goes out. Been a good second half here, a good one overall. Division III final here at Rhode Island College today. John Versteeg, our entire NFHS network crew with you. Now it's Ortiz, one-on-one with Chauffet. Ortiz to Peixoto, he dumps it up the field, and McCormick tried to save it, but backed off, and it went wide. So here's McCormick. Got 20 minutes left in this match. Here's Rubin. Muscled off the ball, Covell. Ortiz turns and dumps it in. It's Ethan, beg your pardon, Joe Moniz for the Prout School, who clears it. Kept in by Paolantonio. Thatcher turns and dumps it back in. Prout offense has been stagnant. It's been all West Warwick. Last 5 minutes or so of real-time action here. Offensively, the Wizards with the opportunities here in the second half. Ortiz whiffed on it. Paolantonio not able to come up with it. Here comes Prout. So Donnell, who loses it. Paolantonio clears it back towards midfield. Peixoto, nice pass, but it goes right back to Prout and Chauffet. Here comes Thatcher. Now Covell. And sent wide. Edson Alvarez, the defensive captain for West Warwick, ready to go on the clear. And for Prout, it's Sullivan who loses it. Ethan Hoy, right in the middle of it. He collides with Derek Rubin. And it's going back to Prout. 17.5 minutes left. But a little more one-sided in favor of West Warwick in terms of the scoring opportunities. Prout not able to get it set up offensively, back on the defensive. So here come the Wizards. Nice footwork for Price. Price towards the middle of the field, and it's headed out. Nice opportunity. Spoiled by Jake Covell on the second chance. The save pulled in by McCormick. Ortiz kind of a turn and fire there along the near side. We remain scoreless, approaching the 15-minute mark. Here's Ortiz, pops it up. Paolantonio intercepts and clears it up to Price, who overruns it. It's saved by Moniz, coming in from the defensive line. Now up the field for Mace. Andrew Mace, the captain, finding Jared Covell. Covell down the middle of the field. Runs into his teammate Kevin Brew. And now here comes West Warwick with the ball. Price up to the middle of the field. Matthew Joaquin loses it. Now we've seen the Warriors for the first time after regroup, sending the ball back to their defensive line. Here's Dean Brown overrunning it on the near side. Moniz, and it goes out. Price towards the middle of the field, headed off the top of the crossbar. Oh, a big opportunity. And Peixoto just didn't have the right angle on the ball to tuck that one inside the left corner. It hit off the top of the crossbar, but it was going wide. So chasing it down on the near side is Cameron Price. On the throw in for Prout. It's Brew. Brew, who has it at midfield. Had it knocked away. Here's Dean Brown for the Wizards. Brown, nice footwork. Price, back to Brown, and here is Price, who wasn't able to chase it down. Ortiz, solid pass, headed forward from the back line by Derek Rubin. Proud offense, been rather quiet last 10 minutes or so. Now the Crusaders try to set up shop. Thrown in by Caleb Hoyle. Looks like an official time. One of the players for West Warwick tying a shoe. That's Ortiz. There's a throw back in by Hoyle. Price dumps it towards the middle of the field. McCormick plays it on the hop. Booming clear. Kept in by Hoyle now. Now it's Covell. There's Kevin Brew. He loses it. Get some help from the defensive line. Now the Wizards lose it near midfield. Goes back to West Warwick. Danny Chin, the midfielder for Prout, not able to chase it down in time. It's Chin who gets it back. Ortiz. Here's Brown with some separation. Dumps it up the field to Price and knocked wide, so Price ready to go on the throw-in. Under 12 minutes to go. And we've got 2 overtime periods coming up if we're scoreless at the end of regulation. Here's Ortiz, centering pass, and they clear it. Derek Rubin sends it out towards midfield. Here's Ortiz, and a foot race. McCormick beats him, and McCormick knocks him down as he comes up with the ball. Officials time out, and you give the keeper, Ryan McCormick, credit. Before he even thought about clearing that ball, he was attending to Keith Ortiz, or Alan Ortiz rather, for West Warwick. And Ortiz looks to be shaken up to say the least. Got it right on the head as he collided with McCormick. Take a timeout, come back once play resumes on the NFHS network. And we are ready to go as Alan Ortiz has walked off the field under his own power. And we are set to resume with 11:16 left to go in the second half. West Warwick and Prout scoreless here at Rick today in the Division III Boys Soccer Championship. And for the Crusaders, offensively, it's been a dry spell here in the second half, the last 10 minutes or so. Jake Covell to Logan Bradley. Prout staying with possession. Knocked down hard to the ground. Danny Chin. And the penalty called. We will have a yellow card issued. So the free kick coming up for Prout. And Andrew Mace set to take it. So here is Mace ready to go. Mace, a low kick and right on net where it's pulled in by Grenier. Under 10 minutes to go. Here comes West Warwick now. Price loses it. Wizards substitute in. Pulling it down is Kevin Brew. Brew tries to send it up the field. Wizards turn, clear it out towards midfield, now back into the Prout end. Up the field to Price, headed right back into the goalkeeper, McCormick. Seemed like it was by design, but again, a dangerous play by Zach Pontarelli. Here's Price. Price separation along the near side. He's got Moniz as Price sends it wide. Moniz was on defense. A nice save by McCormick. He pulls the rebound in right on the doorstep, and McCormick prevents a second chance for the Wizards. We remain scoreless with 7:41 to go. It was Ethan Hoy there on the doorstep of the first chance. Hoy not able to get a second opportunity. Crusaders and Wizards with you here in the Division III Championship. Been a good one here. Get the feeling we may have some extra soccer in store for you here tonight. It's been that type of afternoon here at Rhode Island College. Now Prout. Logan Bradley on the move. It's Ortiz. Peixoto with a foot race. McCormick wins it. Now McCormick, who's come up big in the second half with a clear towards midfield. Wizards try and keep it in. Second chance. It's Fonseca that dumps it back in. There is Price on the near side. Price looking to center it. Dumps it in wide where it's headed forward and outside the 18. Another solid opportunity for West Warwick here. Good to see Alan Ortiz back in for West Warwick. So a yellow card. Against the Wizards. Clock is stopped with 6:06 to go. Here's Bradley. Headed forward. Kept in by Andrew Mace. Muscled off the ball, Kevin Brew. Mace keeps it in. West Warwick looking to clear. They do so. There's Price who pulls it down. Price knocked out. Now a free kick coming up for West Warwick. 5:26 to go. Slow in getting up, Cameron Price. They're going to check Price. Looks like they're checking him for an injury. So that's a loss for West Warwick for Cameron Price. He's been so solid as one of the strikers for the Wizards. Clock stops with 5:13 to go. Whistle on the restart. Headed forward. Now McCormick comes down with the save. Now here is Prout. Andrew Mace. Nicolo tries to clear it, not able to do so. It's Brew for Prout. 4.5 minutes to go. Centered in. Oh, it hit the post. Kept in and a goal for Prout. On the second chance, Kevin Brew right on the doorstep as the Crusaders take a 1-0 lead here with 4:24 to go in the second half. So right on the doorstep was Kevin Brew. So for West Warwick, who had so many chances from about the 15-minute to the 10-minute mark here in the second half, now the Wizards, clock working against them, trying to save their season, will have to go back to work. So here comes West Warwick trying to get separation here. It's Caleb Hoyle taken at midfield. Kept in by Mace. Back and forth they go, Chaffee. Chaffee dumps it back in. Grenier comes down with it. So it's pulled back in by Brian McCormick. McCormick on the clear. Sent wide. So again, it's West Warwick and Prout and the Crusaders with a 1-0 lead on the goal by Kevin Brew. Two and a half minutes to go. Crusaders at 10-2-3, the number 3 overall seed. And West Warwick 13-1-1 coming into the state tournament. So with 2 minutes left to go, we'll go back and forth near the neutral zone. Here is Price back into the game. Price on the move. Here's Price who dumps it in towards the middle of the field where it's headed back out. Kept in by Jake Covell. Nice centering pass. Trying to send it wide. Kept in by West Warwick. Dumped it in off the top of the net. Ethan Hoy had to turn and try and tuck it in the corner of the net, not able to do so. Now McCormick with no rush as he dumps it in towards the middle of the field. Ortiz along the near side. Brown not able to break free. And it's kept back in. Fonseca throws it in. And Brown had it knocked away. Time working against West Warwick. And time has expired as it is Prout with a 1-0 victory over West Warwick, and the Crusaders hand the Wizards just their second loss of the season as it is Prout, the Division III boys state champion in Rhode Island here in 2013. A goal by Kevin Brew. With about 5 minutes to go in the second half on a kick in from the corner, the right corner of the field, and the ball was loose right around the goal as it was Kevin Brew who pushed it in to give Prout the 1-0 Game 3 championship victory. So Prout wins the state championship here in Rhode Island, and that'll do it for our broadcast here on the NFHS Network. For our producer, Tara Hayward, our cameraman, Keith Matsumoto, my name is John Versteeg. So long from Rhode Island College. This has been an exclusive presentation of the NFHS Network. Good night, everyone.